Hello, welcome back for another verse, one verse a week. This week we're doing Parshat Chayei Sarah. That can be found in your Chamashim or your Bibles in Genesis chapter 23 through 25:18. Again, this series of videos is being recorded for the reading cycle for the Jewish year of 5779. If you're finding these videos useful, I wish you'd consider going ahead and subscribing to this channel. I have new content in the works. If you find these videos useful or instructive, I wish you would consider donating. You can find a link to my PayPal account in the description below, or becoming a Patreon. You can find that link as well. Okay, let's get on to the work. Okay, this week I'm going to be doing the verse Genesis 24:20. Now this is in the beginning of the story of Eliezer, the servant of Abraham, who was sent to find a wife for Yitzchak, for Isaac, Abraham's son. So the girl described here is Rebecca. The girl would eventually become the wife of Yitzchak. Okay, let's begin. V'tamaher v'ta'ar kada el hashoket v'taratz od el Haber Lishov Tishav Lekol Gamalav. Okay, one more time. Slowly. Tamaher Ta'ar Kada El ha-shoket va-taratz od el ha-ba'er lishov va-tishav l'chol gamalav. Okay, so let's start looking to break this down. Okay, this is one of those sentences that doesn't really play by the rules that I have done, given you thus far, or at least the guidelines that I've given you thus far in the previous weeks. So one of the reasons being is that this verse the verbs in this verse are in the feminine, and the possessives are also in the feminine, so things are going to look a little bit different. Okay, again, Hebrew is a gendered language, and there has to be agreement across all pronouns, verbs, all the language comes in both a masculine and a feminine form. Okay, so the first word I want to draw your attention to is this word kad. It means jug, or jug, or amphora, or something like that. It's a big vessel for water. So here it is, kada. So you notice that the word is kad. So what's this hey doing here? So this hey with a dagesh inside it, this dot inside the hey, shows that it is a feminine possessive. It means hers. Kada means her. If it was masculine, it would say kado with a vav here. This is kada with a hey, so it's her jug. Okay, so that's one of the things you can do, is start looking for just possessives, and typically, if you can successfully identify those, you'll have your noun, so some of your nouns already laid out for you. Okay, so kada means her jug. here's this El I spoke about before. We have two of them, El, and I told you that it means two from, I think, last week or the week before, and it implies some sense of direction, some active direction. So kada El ha shokes, ha means the, learned that in previous weeks. Shoket means trough. It's a very rare word, so I would not focus on it. Kad is a little bit more common, but shoket is a bit of a rare word. Okay, it means trough. Literally, they will, and you can Google this. You see that they still do it today. They just dig trenches and allow them to become sunbaked, and then they'll maybe put plaster inside the trough to keep it, or the trench to keep it from make it watertight, and then that's where they would throw the water and give the animals what to drink. Okay, so shoket, so kada, her jug, el hashoket, to the shoket. Okay, so that already should give us some hints as to what at least one of these words mean. We should get a sense that it should mean either to carry, or it should mean to empty. It gives us a sense just by the clues here what's going on. Okay, fine. Another word I would like to add here is ode. Ode means further or continuously, usually paired with a verb. Ode, further or continuously. It implies some ongoing thing, something that went on for a measure of time. Okay, so here we have also El. Again, it implies some sort of direction. El, to what? Ha, the, be'er. Be'er, well. Okay, so ode, further to the well. Okay. Finally, lamed means two or four. We had that in previous lesson. Kol means all or every. And finally, gamal. Gamal means camel. Gamalim means camels, plural. Gamalim, this is gamal and gamalim. So, but we say, I know what you're saying. There's not a mem sofit there. So we're missing it. We have a vav in its place. So what happens typically is that the male masculine, plural, the mem, the final mem is going to drop out, and it's going to take the possessive pronoun suffix vav in its place. So up here, like we have kada, her kad, and I had said that kado would be his jug. Down here, we put the vav on the end here. The mem falls out, and it becomes gamalav, meaning his camels. Okay, fine. So that's basically all of the new vocabulary, new nouns, and whatnot for this verse. We already know a pretty good bit. We have her jug, something was done to her jug. El hashoket, to the trough, and something was done, ode, further or continuously. El ha-be'er, to the be'er, something was done in the direction of the be'er, the well. And finally, l'kol gamalov, two or four, all gamalov, his camels. Okay, so let's look at these verbs. Okay, so we have va tamaher. So the shorish Mem Hey Resh means to hurry, right? And in fact, we can use, we can, for instance, we can use it as a, in other parts of speech as well. For instance, in modern Hebrew, somebody might say, shave my hair. Not literally shave your hair, but shave, sit, from the shorish yoshav, maher, quickly, sit quickly, meaning an adverb. So all of Hebrew, the shorashim are not just verbs; they can be morphed into other parts of speech as well. So it's good to get a sense of what these shorashim, what these three-letter roots stand for, so that you'll further develop your intuition as to the translation of certain words. Okay, so maher means to hurry or hasten. I had said previously that if we attach a prefix to the front of the verb, then typically that's going to put it into the future tense, frequently in the Bible, text of the Bible. So tamaher means she will hurry. And then we have this vav reversive, the vav hipuk, who will turn this into a past tense. And she hurried. Tamaher. And she hurried. Okay, so next verb here is from the shorish ara. Aleph, resh, hey. And frequently, whenever we do when we conjugate verbs that end in soft letters like hey, we frequently lose them. They frequently drop out. That's just a trend. More about that whenever we actually do a video series that deals with the verbs, more seriously. Okay, so ara means to uncover or empty. So again, it has a prefix. This is the prefix for she will, and it has the vav. So she will empty. Vav hipuk, the reverse of vav. She emptied. Okay, so she hurried and she emptied. What did she hurry to empty? Kada, her jug, el, to ha shoket, to the trough, into the trough. She hurried and emptied her jug into the trough. Okay, let's go for the next verb. Ratz. Shorish here, the three-letter root is resh vav tzadi. And frequently when we have a vav in the middle, the verb will many times drop out, depending on which nekudot the word takes, depending on the conjugation. Okay, so just because you see two letters, typically there's going to be a 3 or a 4-letter root. Okay, ratz. Ratz means to run. So taratz, again, this prefix, future tense, means she ran. The vav hipuk reverses the tense, and taratz means she will run. The vav hipuk reverses the tense, and she ran. Od, further or continuously, el habe'er, to the be'er, well. Okay, so let's go back. V'tamaher, and she ran, she hurried. V'ta'ar, and she emptied. Kada, her jug. El ha-shoket, into the trough. V'taratz, and she ran. Od, further or continuously. El habe'er, to the well. El habe'er, to the well. Okay, finally we have this is the same verb in two different forms. We have the shorish shin aleph veit. That means to draw, as in to draw water. Not to draw with pencils, but to draw out water. Not a verb that's used so much today because most people have modern plumbing. So anyway. L'sha'ov, to draw. The lamed puts it into the infinitive. This is the infinitive form. Lishov means to draw. Frequently, when you look in a dictionary, this is going to be the form that's going to appear. Typically, dictionaries in Hebrew will list the infinitive form, and then you just have to know what to do with the verb from there. Take it from the infinitive to do X, and then to conjugate out everything else. Okay, fine. So, Lishov, she ran to the well to draw. Va Tishav, and so this is Shav, drew, or draw. Tishav, she will draw. Vav HaHipuk, the reverse of she drew. And she drew water. L'kol Gamalav, for all of his camels. Put it all together. V'tamaher, and she hurried. V'ta'ar, and she emptied. Kada, her jug. El hashochet, to the trough. V'taratz, and she ran. Ode, further or continuously. El habe'er, to the well. Lishov, to draw. V'tishav, and she drew. L'kol for all gamalav, his camels. Okay, so let's look at my translation. Again, all translation is an art, and every translator makes choices, stylistic choices. I try to, whenever I'm translating, I try to preserve as much of the text as possible and make as few interpolations into the text as possible. Okay, so, and she hurried and emptied her jug into the trough. Okay, that's pretty standard. And she ran continuously to the well to draw, and then drawing here, what we mean is by water. And she drew, again, what she's drawing here is water for all his camels. Okay, so continuously is going to be the real wiggle word. Further, or you could translate it further. Continuously. Frequently, it's an emphasis point. The ode would be said with some degree of emphasis to imply what was to draw your attention to something. So the word here I chose continuously to emphasize the fact that Rivka was running back and forth to the well to water all of Eliezer's camels. The commentators say, take note that he seems quite surprised at his luck of finding somebody that embodies this virtue of working very hard for strangers. Okay, so anyway, let's go look at some of the other translations. What does the KJV do? And she hasted. Okay, a little archaic, but it's fine. And emptied her pitcher into the trough. Pitcher, again, a little archaic. You'd expect that. That's an old translation. And ran again unto the well to draw water. So again is this is not necessarily a good translation, because it makes the possibility that she only went back once, and that's not what the text seems to be conveying. And water is not in the text. The word maim is not in the text, so it is understood, and perhaps this is why it is in italics, but I would not put it in the text at all. Okay, and drew for all his camels. And I would say, I would go ahead and put the pronoun there. And she drew for all his camels. I would go ahead and put the pronoun there because Hebrew is very particular about that, identifying who's doing the work and gendering them and all that stuff. Okay, NIV. So She quickly emptied her jar. Okay, so they turn tamaher from being a verb into a adverb. She quickly emptied. So I don't particularly like that because it is clearly a verb. So that's the point number one against the NIV here. Emptied her jar into the trough. Okay. Ran back to the well to draw more water. Again, they imply clearly that it's just one more time, right, to draw more water. And drew enough for all his camels. And she drew enough for all his camels. Now, camels drink a lot of water. So that this little last bit is to show that this girl is going back a lot, is to emphasize. And not only did she go back, but she went back to give enough water for all his camels. So that seems to imply more than just going back. It seems to imply some sort of ongoing circumstance in which she went back several times and went above and beyond what most people would have went beyond. Then again, if you look in the context of the story, hence Eliezer's surprise that his prayer had been answered in such a grand way. Okay. So there's a few knocks against the NIV there. Let's look at the NRSV. So she quickly emptied her jar into the trough and ran again to the well to draw, and she drew for all his camels. Okay. So again, it turns to maher into a adverb. Not particularly fond of that. And it does not, to keep from sounding redundant, it doesn't say, it says that she ran again. Okay, she ran, and again, it implies that it could be read as to mean she only went back once, not this ongoing circumstance. Again, camels drink a lot, and Eliezer was quite surprised at having his prayer answered in such a grand manner. So, NRSV, it has some issues. Okay, let's see the JPS. Quickly emptying her jar into the trough. Okay, they just totally, again, JPS is frequently guilty of being more of a interpretation than a direct translation. So quickly emptying her jar into the trough. Again, they want to turn it into into an adverb. Okay, she ran back to the well to draw. Again, the implication could be she only ran back once, which that does not seem to be the case. And she drew for all his camels. Okay. Okay, finally, stone. So she hurried. Okay, good. So they take the timher as a verb. She hurried and emptied, and that's a verb, her jug into the trough. Okay. I would put again, I don't mind sounding redundant, but I'm not producing a literarily beautiful translation. I'm trying to render the text as accurately as possible. So I would have put the pronoun here. And kept running. So they choose to translate od as further or continuously as going with the verb. I said it frequently comes with a verb. So kept running is how they translate it. Okay, so they're capturing that sense that this was something that was above and beyond, something that went on for a while. And kept running to the well to draw water. Okay, and she drew for all his camels. Okay, and that's fine. So we see some across translations, we see some translation issues. Now, I'm not knocking all these translations. All of them have their pluses and minuses, and every act of translation is an act of interpretation. It's just impossible to accurately render the Hebrew 100%, but we can render it in such a way that we preserve as much of the style and form of the text as possible. Frequently, that comes with making a English text that is less readable. So again, I'm not implying some sort of untoward intentions by the translators here. Anybody that is busy with translation struggles with these issues. Okay, I hope you'll join me next week. Another verse. I wish you well. Keep learning.